Israel controls all entry and exit points in the West Bank, and all but one into Gaza, which is controlled by Egypt and Hamas. Israel also restricts the freedom of movement for Palestinians into, between, and within the protected Palestinian territories through the use of temporary and non-temporary checkpoints, as well as a system of entry and exit permits. So we'll see in a minute what it looks like, what kind of permits you have to have, and then you finally manage to get the permit, and then you also get to a checkpoint, and what happens. Let's continue. There are different type of permits depending on a reason to travel. The application process can be slow, and many are rejected. Sources considered that there are a number of human rights concerns in the West Bank, including land confiscation by Israeli settlers, restriction of movement, and arbitrary arrest and detention. There are also a number of socio-economic problems, including high levels of unemployment and inadequate health care, access to health care. Sources agree that the human rights, security, and humanitarian situations in Gaza are difficult and much worse than in West Bank. While there is no open conflict between Israel and Hamas, this is 2020, of course. Even then, though, the Great March of Return protests in 2018 along the fence separating Gaza from Israel continue, though in smaller numbers. Israeli defense forces are reported to have used excessive force in attempting to disperse the demonstrators away from the border, resulting in hundreds of gunshot injuries and scores of deaths. The human rights are restricted by Hamas. This is where we come back into Gaza, and other armed groups in the Gazan territory. Palestinians who openly criticize Hamas may be arrested and detained, and torture is reported to be common. Sources also explain that humanitarian situation is worsening due to the ongoing Israel blockade, which is Israel controlling the Gaza border, and the internal Hamas and Palestinian Authority conflict, although there are multiple organizations working to alleviate the difficult conditions.